Howdy guys, it's Joe here today talking about the top 5 heroes that are probably going to make your team rage quit if you are losing. Now, if you're winning, some people are going to love you, some people are going to want you to keep playing your hero, whatever, they're going to praise you. But while losing, I feel like these are the heroes that often are told to switch first and that people really do rage at the most. With that said, if you have your own opinion or any other heroes that you feel like get raged at, or if you do agree with me, I'll make sure to leave it down in the comment section down below and tell me exactly why you feel that way. Anyways, with that said, let's just get started. First off, I chose Symetra because she takes the blessed support role. You're taking away one of our magical healing supports if you pick her, and that is a sin among all else. I feel like a lot of people do feel that way, and if you take away one of the healing supports, I feel like, 30-40% of the time, you're going to be told to switch as this character. Now, I can see kind of where they're coming from on offense. She does have quite a bit of trouble there, and often if you're playing with 2 or 3 tanks, your single healer just isn't really going to cut it. But especially on defense, first point, where she does do amazingly, I don't really see why you tell a Symetra main to switch off. She can do quite well. She can get out quite a decent amount of damage, be able to get that teleporter out pretty quickly, and if you get some nice jank, the front of the map, hit 2 or 3 people with your right click, you can get your teleporter out in like the first 30 seconds, which makes her very strong to play against, and some character that can do quite well. I feel like the thing that makes people hate Symetra so much, again, is that she's not a healer in the support role. People do want healers, people want people keeping them up at full HP, and simply throwing out a shield, I don't know, it's something that a lot of people don't really seem to want, and a reason why people probably don't want you picking this character. Now, as Genji, I feel like if you're winning, everybody loves you. You're the big cheese, you're the #1, you're the person everybody's looking up to. Infinite praise from every direction, Genji's a god, whatever, you're nuts, Genji. However, if you're losing, be prepared to take a huge amount of flack. Now, I feel like the problem with Genji is that everybody has their own pocket Genji, so everybody can judge you extremely hard if you are not pulling out all the stops with this character. As well with that, the character that we always show off with the most pro players and the most, high skill cap plays of the game is pretty much always Genji. So you're expecting an extremely high bar of play for Genji. Probably a bar that is completely ridiculous and should never be kept to that high of standards, but it does happen. So, as always, if you are playing Genji and you are losing, prepare for everybody to essentially completely hate you for not carrying. Now, as far as Torme, he's in the exact same boat as Symetra, let's be honest. If you're on him on defense, as a support role, or I guess even as, the DPS role, people won't really complain way too much. You're playing Torme the way you're supposed to be playing, do whatever, play the character you want to play. We're all good from there. However, if you take Torme on offense, no, we will not accept you, Torme. Get off! I guess unless you're a Torme main. But no, you will get instantly raged at. Everybody will hate you. I guess this one does make complete sense, though. First off, he's in the defense role, which people take like law. Second off, his kit is very defensive. It's a setup kit where you have to have high ground, essentially. It's not that great on offense. And third off, I haven't really seen a great offense Torme, so maybe that's just me, but I feel like there is that. Whenever I see a Torme, though, that is playing the game, but not carrying the game, people instantly ask him to just switch to somebody else. Usually to Soldier, or to, I guess, Ana, Lucio, or whoever else we need as a support. I guess it makes sense. I guess it does kind of logically work. But yeah, a lot of people really do hate having a Torme on their team. It's not as bad as it used to be, because, he used to be completely non-meta, and now you can play Torme, Orisa, Symetra, and do okay. But even still, I feel like a lot of people don't really like this guy, and don't really like that cheese strategy, as much as just having a normal 2-2-2 comp. Now, to Junkrat, he's just been the lowest win rate character and one of the lowest play rate characters in high competitive for a very long time. And when we look at stats, there we go. That's essentially it. That's all you really know to know about Junkrat. I guess there was also the stigma, no aim, no skill, of course spamming around corners. There's a lot of stuff to, I guess, have players hate about Junkrat. And on offense, he's not really that great at shooting at high ground. Can't really hit a lot of people like Pharah if they're defending, or Widowmaker. There's quite a few problems with this character, and while he can do okay, I'm not going to throw that against him. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons people don't like picking Junkrat, and don't really like Junkrat on their team. I feel like if you're Junkrat, more than any other character, for the most part, they're going to tell you to switch almost instantaneously. While his damage can be pretty good, while his damage can be pretty consistent, I don't know. People just don't really like this guy. For one reason or another. Probably the reasons I just said, probably like a few seconds ago, and mainly, people do like to follow meta a lot, and people do like to follow win rates a lot. And if you're picking a character in competitive that has a super low win rate, you can probably tell why people are going to hate you. Finally, for Widow, she's just a super high skill cap character that unless you're getting pick after pick after pick after pick, and even if you're doing that, people might hate you anyways, people just don't like this character. I think it's because she's so high skill cap, she's so hard to really pull out, and very hard to make work, especially in this dive comp meta. While she can work fine, while we see a lot of really nice players picking her up, I feel like for the average player, you just don't believe in your teammates enough to play an extremely high skill cap, an extremely hard character. It has to be played a certain way, and yeah, just those words together don't really fit the average competitive gamer and the average competitive mindset of what they want on their team. If you look into your teammate that's playing Widowmaker, and if she's not a Widow main, I feel like everyone on their team is going to rage at them. They're all going to ask him probably to switch to Soldier, essentially a character that can do at least somewhat stuff that's similar, but is a ton easier to play, and has more burst, has more healing, and can work generally better in dive comps. Well, I'm not going to say Widow's terrible. I'm going to say she's not the most meta right now as well, which does make even more people having them on their team. And yeah, as Widowmaker, if you aren't switching, you're going to have AFKs. But, as always, that is just my own experience and my own opinion. Yeah, again, mainly my own experience. You might have experienced something completely different. This is up in Diamond and Masters, which you'd think would have nobody that complains about certain characters. Yeah, it never gets better, just going to tell you that to you guys right now. But anyways, as always, guys, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you have your own opinion, make sure to leave it down in the comment section down below. I do want to read whatever you guys personally feel like. Subscribe if you want to see more top 5 videos like this in the future. And as always, guys, thank you all for watching, and have a wonderful day.